So guys, I've been using the FitBit Versa for a real long while, and it's finally time to tell you all about this smartwatch. My everyday watch had a catastrophic breakdown, and so I thought of trying out a smartwatch this time. I was confused between an Android Wear device, an Apple Watch, or a proprietary fitness tracker. But since I don't use an iPhone at the moment, it was easy to kick out the Apple Watch from the list. I was thinking of going the Google Wear OS way, but the newly released FitBit Versa caught my eye and I ended up going for it. The Versa hit the sweet spot for my budget and is happily cross-compatible. The Versa comes in a very premium and well laid out packaging, and it needs to be set up using the FitBit app, which is about 41 MB large on Android. I have been using the Versa for about 5 months now, and I really love how it feels on my wrist. It's a simple, lightweight, beautiful design, and a lot of onlookers mistake it to be an Apple Watch because of its similar curves and obvious design cues. The front of the watch is not all display, but the somewhat thick bezels blend in with the display seamlessly most of the times, making the Versa kinda cool to flaunt in what is turning out to be a near bezel-less 2018. The Versa is protected by Gorilla Glass according to a few support communities, but Fitbit has been shy of mentioning this. I've used the Versa for over 4 months with the occasional bumping here and there, but the Versa's display and body haven't picked up any major noticeable scratches, and so I must say Fitbit has done a great job when it comes to making a durable smartwatch. By default, the Versa's display is sleeping unless you move your wrist to glance at the time, and it works flawlessly most of the times. However, it does turn out to be a hit or a miss when I was lying down and trying to see the time in bed. The display is well legible both indoors and outdoors, and the adaptive display doesn't disappoint. The panel is adequately sharp for Fitbit OS, but it's no Retina display for sure. Out of the box, the Versa comes with 2 belt sizes, and I've been using the soft black silicone band right from the start, and the band is comfortable and hasn't caused rashes or given an itch near my wrist. Changing the bands is not an easy affair, and I would rate it a 5 on 10. A good part about Fitbits, however, is that there are a lot of inexpensive bands available online, and I got this Milanese loop for about $5 on Amazon. Again, since it's not too simple to switch, I haven't really gotten the chance to flaunt it. Coming back to the device, we have 3 physical keys, out of which one is a general purpose back key, while the other 2 are configured to alarms and exercise for diving right into what matters. The Versa is a fitness tracker that is also capable of swim tracking, and hence daily water resistance isn't a huge deal breaker at all. And yes, I've showered a couple of times with the Versa on, but Indian consumers should know that Fitbit doesn't offer after-sale support in India if anything goes wrong. The Versa runs on a proprietary watchOS by Fitbit, which is pretty clean, functional and easy to navigate through with simple taps and swipes, and I don't end up using the buttons unless it's absolutely necessary. The UI can be tweaked to change accents and app arrangements, but it's nowhere as lively or functional as the Apple Watch or Wear OS. The Versa is initialized, synced and tweaked using the Fitbit mobile app. The app has lots of cool watch faces which need to be changed from the app, but what I particularly hate is the fact that I can't change or store a few favorite watch faces directly on the Versa for switching on the fly depending on my mood, but we'll come to the app in a while. The Versa also supports app, text and call notifications from your connected smartphone, but doesn't have an inbuilt microphone for receiving calls. It does have a vibration motor which is actually kinda cool and unobtrusive. The notification feature on the Fitbit did prove useful on a couple of occasions for reading a quick OTP text if your phone isn't around. The special edition Fitbit can also pay at NFC terminals, but since that's not so useful here in India, I saved $50 by skipping that. The Versa also plays music if you have some stored music on board, and it beams it to a Bluetooth headphone. But in today's time, not too many users have offline music anymore, and so it's practically a useless feature in my opinion. Third-party app support is pretty minimal, and I really don't think major developers are too keen on making Fitbit apps using the SDK, making the Versa a bad choice if you expected full-fledged smartphone or smartwatch functionality. There's no sign of Google Maps, Savan, Twitter, etc. And since the Versa retails for $200, it tends to fight in the smartwatch territory rather than a pure fitness tracker. And the more you expect from it as a smartwatch, the more you'll end up disappointing yourself. The Fitbit as a sports tracker, however, is brilliant for a lot of reasons. It feels like a watch, has an all-day heart rate monitoring feature, counts your steps, tracks your sleep, tracks your exercise, and also offers a personalized coaching experience which works really well. The heart rate monitoring is really accurate, and readings from the Versa and my Galaxy S7 are within plus or minus 5 beats from one another. This all comes with a battery life that lasts me a minimum of 3 days and maxes out to 4 to 5 days if I'm not pushing myself too hard in the city. Charging is pretty easy. Just clip in the Versa in the magnetic pin cradle that plugs into a USB adapter that you might have lying around. The Versa takes its sweet time to charge up to 100% and does that in about an hour or more. Fitness enthusiasts, however, might not appreciate the lack of onboard GPS, and so you need your paired smartphone for the connected GPS functionality. Omission of a dedicated GPS antenna is simply pathetic, and it's a mistake considering the price we're paying, because the connected GPS feature has failed me a couple of times. However, there's a huge problem about the Fitbit experience that I wish to warn you guys about, and that is something that should hopefully change but hasn't changed so far. And I've encountered it right from day one, and it's not just me but thousands of global users on the Fitbit platform are facing this issue. The sync protocol within the Fitbit app for Android is plagued, and syncing is a joke. The wearable fails to sync data for days altogether. I did tell Fitbit support about it, and they recommended a few steps which I've done multiple times, but the app still tends to not end up syncing, and for many this could be a huge deal breaker. So after using the Versa for nearly 6 months, I feel it's a decent fitness tracker which looks and feels really good on my wrist. But is it worth it for the price? Absolutely not, and there's a lot of things that need to be better and fixed on this mid-range fitness tracking smartwatch. But yes, it does tick a lot of the right boxes with a lot of fitness modules, smooth performance, ample battery life, and a very comfortable fit and finish. But I really feel Fitbit needs time to iron out the creases here. I hope you liked this long-term review, and I'll see you guys really soon.